welcome to the very first episode of You've Been a Great Help. Thank you all for joining us. It's been great. We've got three very fantastic guests who are going to be joining us this evening. We have Lexie Ward, Andrew Thomson, and Hearn. All different kinds of people, all very interesting, all with a lot to say, and all absolutely hilarious depending on which situation you put them in. But to start, I think we should talk about a little bit about me, because, I mean, who doesn't want to do that? So, you're watching You've Been a Great Help, which is basically a new lockdown show that I came up with when I had a dream. It's like Dallas, I came back in the shower and seen it in a dream. No, basically what happened was I had a dream that I was running a lockdown show over streaming service, and so I made it a reality. Where the name came from itself is actually from my very first audition. So basically, whenever I finished university, I went for an audition for a show called Dinosaurs in the Wild. It was mental, it was crazy. I did a lot of fun things, and then they sat me down and said, sit back outside and we'll let you know if they want you to stay in. So I sit down. I'm like, okay, I think that went really well. I'm really happy with that. It's going well. Taps me on the shoulder. You've been a great help. With what? With getting the role? With not getting the what? And then he just left. Best thing was 2 weeks later, the director walked into the bar I was working in and went, oh yeah, I'm working on this new show. You'd be great at it. You should have auditioned for it. Yeah, I did. Got my own revenge though. At the end of the night, he ordered his last drink and he was like, oh my God, you've been so good to us this evening. Oh, thank you so much. And I went, you've been a great help. My revenge, taken, done, finished. But I always said, I said to Kat, if I was ever going to do my own stand-up show, I would call it You've Been a Great Help in remembrance to that. So here we are. Now, I've got a few guests up tonight, so I think it's time that we bring in our first. So our first guest is Lexie Ward. She is the young company director for the Theatre by the Lake. If you don't know where that is, it's in the north of England. If you're in the south of England, you don't even want to enter into the north, so you wouldn't have a clue where that is. No, it's a lovely theatre. It's gorgeous. There's so many things going on at it. And when this is all over, you should definitely all go visit her. Go see one of her shows. She's pretty great at it. But the reason that I brought her onto this tonight is to talk about her new podcast, Script in Hand. She also runs Highly Suspect UK, a fantastic murder mystery company, if I do say so myself. Not because I've done things with them or I'm part of it at all. I'm just saying it's pretty great. With her partner, Michael Spencer, it's absolutely amazing. But here with us tonight, please welcome to the stage. But can we all do a bit of applause here, by the way? Everyone claps for the nurses and the NHS on a Thursday. On a Friday, we clap for Brandon's guests, all right? So can we please all have everyone clap for Lexie Ward?
Yay! I'll clap me too. I'll clap the fact you're dressed like the 11th Doctor, which is really pleasing me.
Thank you very much. I decided to dress up for the occasion.
You look very smart.
So, welcome to the show, Lexie. Thank you for joining me as my first guest.
Thank you for having me, I say in advance, not knowing what you're going to put me through.
Well, it's always the interesting part, isn't it? You know, I could be putting you through a million things. I actually have taught Michael to put slime into your hair whenever you're not looking. I'm joking. I totally could have. No, what we're here tonight is I just want to ask a few questions to you. We're going to go through a few things. We're going to do a wee challenge at the end. You're going to have a bit of fun with it, okay?
Looking forward to it, Brandon.
Awesome. So first things first, where's Bane?
Bane is asleep. Bane is our cat, but Bane has already had his dinner and Brandon has met Bane. And for those of you who have not met Bane, he is 90% of the time asleep. The other 10% of the time he's eating. So he's currently asleep on a sofa somewhere, stealing my seat.
He is. Well, do you know what? I've done something really nice for people who don't know who Bane is. This is Bane. For all the world to see. This is the beautiful cat Bane. We love him so. We also love his sister Raz, but I feel everyone needs to see Bane if he wasn't able to make it on tonight's show.
You never know. If he stirs in the next 5 minutes, I'm sure he could be brought through.
Ah, fantastic. What a lad. So, first things I want to talk to you about is what you've been up to. What have you been doing?
What, since the entire world locked down?
Since the entire world went into administration, basically.
I mean, it's been a crazy time, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to balance what you feel you should be doing with what you actually feel you mentally can be coping with doing. It's been oh so much fun. So for me, it's been a bit of trying to keep my creative cogs whirring. So that's been why my friend Meg and I started our podcast, bit of plug. And apart from that, I have been catching up on TV, Race Around the World, brilliant series, binged that really quickly, and trying to cook more interesting things. Currently, there is a moussaka in the oven, first time I've ever made one, to either commiserate or celebrate, depending on how well this goes.
Well, I'm expecting a slice sent to me, right? Because, you know, I deserve it, right?
That's how moussaka gets posted, yeah.
I don't know, we'll go with it. I mean, I heard you making desserts and everything, and I was just like, I want this. I'm going back to my Lexie's. For anyone that doesn't know, when lockdown was actually initiated, I was in Lexie's house. So I was lucky to be there. If I'd been living in Northern Ireland when lockdown happened, I'd have been screwed. I'd have had to live with Lexie and Michael for the next few months. Because I might not have been able to get home.
Yeah, I rescued him from the middle of the Lake District where he had a show and brought him home for 2 days and then sent him on his way again.
Oh, it was the middle of nowhere.
This is the pre-proper lockdown, just to be clear.
Yeah, this was like 3 days, though.
Yeah, it was like, are we going? Are we locking down? Are we not locking down? Yeah,
it's a strange time. So you've been working on your podcast.
Yeah.
Your podcast is called Script at Hand. Give me 2 seconds.
Script in hand, Brandon. Script in hand. We'll get the title right.
Sorry, I've got script at. I've said script at hand. Do you know what I wrote down? Script in hand. So that script I do completely apologize.
Like a script in hand rehearsal. See, it's clever.
There we go. Logo. For anyone wishing to look for it later on, they've now got an idea of what they're looking for. Now, Lexie, I want to start off by asking you, what exactly is your podcast? What can you tell people?
Yeah, so our podcast is basically for theatre lovers. Both Meg and I are directors, and I am obsessed with text analysis. I never used to be. I never used to be someone who really went that deep on it. And then I did my MA in directing with the marvellous lecturer at James Isett, who got me obsessed with deconstructing text. And now it's something I get really excited about. And that was the launch of the podcast. It was me and Meg wanting to talk with each other about plays and what we loved about them and what made them really exciting. And then if anyone else wanted to listen, brilliant, bonus. And we planned to start it around this time anyway. And then lockdown, we had a lot more free time on our hands. So yeah, we've recorded our 9th episode out of 12 for season 1.
Oof. I think you've got 7 up so far, if I'm right.
7 up so far, yeah. We're kind of 2 weeks ahead of ourselves. We've had some amazing special guests. We've had the actor Theo Fraser-Steele on, who was in the original cast of Skylight with Bill Nighy in the West End.
Ooh, doesn't love a bit of Bill Nighy. Brilliant. We've just recorded an episode on The Play That Goes Wrong, which is one of my favourite plays. Yes, I think we'll get to that later on before you jump onto anything about that bit.
Okay.
And a few things leading up to that.
No, that's dangerous.
I have listened to your podcast, obviously.
I'm thrilled to hear it.
Research, obviously.
Well done.
I originally listened to the first episode when you first brought it out, and then I listened to the flick recently this week. Can you say one thing for me? Can you say Guggenheim?
Guggenheim! It's a great word. It's really
fantastic word. I loved it. It was a fantastic podcast. I really enjoyed it. You went in so deep into the play, the intrigues behind each line. I choked on that. I almost had a stroke, and none of you helped me. That was great. Thanks, guys. Basically, I loved it. You went through so many different things that I hadn't really thought. I've not read the play myself, but it made me want to go out and read the play.
Great.
Maybe not see it performed, because 3 hours long is a bit long for me.
It's a hefty one. I mean, Annie Baker's like the new Pinter, but better.
Oh, I don't know. She was described as close to Chekhov, and I was like, it's not a Chekhov fan, me.
It's a great play, and that's part of what we love about the podcast is it doesn't matter if you haven't seen it. I don't think if you haven't seen the play, it's to introduce some new text to people. So maybe you go away thinking, actually, that sounds really interesting and something I'm into. I want to read that play. And then if you have read it, you kind of just get a little bit more out of the podcast because you kind of know what we're talking about. So
basically, if anyone out there goes on the Script in Hand stuff, what exactly can people track on?
If you search any of the podcasting platforms, so we're on Google Play, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of the other ones as well. And we're across all social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Script in Hand Pod. Search that. We tweet, we do pictures. We're very down with the social media.
You've got music and everything now. It's great.
We've got listeners in Washington, in Colombia. We've got one in Russia. I know. I get really excited by the international listeners every week.
Well done. So basically what you're saying is if anyone goes to do the plays that Lexie and Meg have gone over, listen to our podcast. It'll tell you what every bit means. And if Lexie's directing such play, don't listen to the podcast, because then she'll know that you've listened to it and she'll know that you're picking up things. She'll be going like, yeah, this here. And you'll be like, yeah, I know I said that.
Yeah, we're picking out all of my intricate little ideas. It's basically a case for me to go, this is what I want to do with this show in the future. Just mark that down while I say it to Meg, and then it's in my head at least. It's recorded somewhere.
So you made a comment earlier on you having a special guest something coming up. Have you any special guests coming up soon, or are we not allowed to know?
No, you can definitely know. So we can know. Good. You can know. So yeah, we've just recorded on Wednesday our latest episode on the play that goes wrong, because I'm a huge comedy fan. And we had the associate director from the West End cast, Sean Turner, on to discuss it with us, which was amazing.
I've met him before. He did some show called London Road to me. I don't know.
The young upstart Irish in the cast.
Didn't even speak Irish in it. Yes, that's great though. That's amazing that you got to hit someone like him in to do it. Obviously, you've about a million connections as it is with things.
Any connections I may have, but it was fantastic to talk with him and get lots of behind the scenes insight into how he rehearses the show with every new cast and some of the interesting things from international productions as well.
That's great. So one last question for you. If you could direct any show in the world, any budget, any stage, any whatever, what would it be?
Noises Off. Noise Is Off by Michael Frayn. It's a comedy. It's a comedy. They did just revived in the West End last year with Daniel Mays, I think. But it's Amir Sayal. It's brilliant. Basically, it's set in a bit like a play that goes wrong. It's about a theatre company putting on a show. The first act is them rehearsing it, and then you see what the show is meant to be like, and then you need a revolve stage so that the second act is double time. It's backstage where you watching all what's going on behind the scenes, and basically a million bust-up relationships, and it's so slick and so funny. And then the third scene is them doing the show again, even faster and even more things going wrong. And it's an absolute masterpiece in comic timing and writing. So I would love to get my hands on that one day. I just need a theatre with a revolve stage.
You might have to ask a few West Ends when they open and go, yeah, Lexie Ward. You've heard of me. I was on You've Been a Great Help. Obviously, you've heard of me. Obviously. So your last thing that I actually want to do is, this is the thing you've been worried about most. I asked you, could you have a pad, a marker, /pen, and a scarf?
I feel like I should have turned my light on. I'll be one sec. I'm just going to lean and turn my light on. It's really dark. There we go. Lexie, before this, actually asked me, should she have a woolly or a cotton scarf? Personally, I wanted one knitted by Mongolian monks in the mountains, but apparently we couldn't get that. Guess you can't get everything you want. I can do a nice navy blue with some stars on it.
Absolutely fine. So, I'm going to tell you what you're going to be doing now.
Okay.
Now, let me just do a thing. You will remember this from earlier on. This one.
You're going to try and get me to draw Bane blindfolded.
Correct! That is exactly what we are going to be doing.
Should get Bane in, he'd be better at this than me.
So, what we're going to do is, you've got 30 seconds on the clock.
Do I have to blindfold myself then?
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you. Apparently, it's a bit difficult over the internet.
I'll start doing this now while you talk.
So, what we're going to do is, we're going to blindfold ourselves, and we're going to get 30 seconds. We have to draw your beautiful black cat, Bane.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Now, I don't want you to show anything to the audience until I tell you so. So, only whenever I say to go. So, 3, 2, 1, go. I think I've started the clock. Yeah, I've started the clock. Okay.
This takes me back to GCSE art days, where my teacher kind of said to my mother in one of those parents' nights, Lexie does quantity, and occasionally there's some quality within that. But generally, I wasn't the best artist. I like things like Robert Rauschenberg, which was basically collages, because then that was a great excuse. Oh, this has gone all... I don't think I've done his eyes.
I've given him a hat. I've given him eyes and a smiley face. Oh, that's our 30 seconds up already. Crikey.
This is going to be offensive to my cat, I feel. Oh, well, actually, no. From an abstract point of view, it could be worse.
Okay, shall we show the audience?
Okay.
Hold it up backwards first. 3, 2, 1. Ah!
What have you drawn? At least mine's in the box.
Well, mine's. I gave him a party hat. Do you like his hat? I think he deserves it. Do you know what? I'm impressed by the fact how close I got the hat to the head. I'm more impressed by that.
I mean, he doesn't wear hats, but yes, actually he has worn a hat once for Halloween. He wore a witch's hat.
But he's beautiful. Well, thank you very much, Lexie, for joining me. You've been a great help. And like I said at the start, we gave people a clap for us on a Friday. So a clap for Lexie for joining us on this Friday. Thank you very much.
I'll clap Brandon. Yay, Brandon.
Oh, thank you. It's been lovely having you.
Now let's go see if my moussaka's ready.
You go see if your moussaka's ready. Thank you very much to Lexie. I hope you guys enjoyed our very first guest. She had a lot to say. What's going to happen, guys? If you want to go onto her stuff, like she said, you can go on all the podcasting platforms. You've got the Google, Apple, anything you can search for a podcast on, because I can't remember the name of all of them right now, but it's script in hand. It's written and spoken by Lexie Ward and Meg Robinson, and they do a new script every week. If I'm right, this week is Three Sisters by Chekhov. Personally, not a Chekhov fan, but if you are, absolutely go for it. They're absolutely fantastic. Now, next up on my show, we have a lovely guest star. We have my good friend, Andrew Thomson. Andrew, I lived with through most of university. He's great. He's funny. He's hilarious. Those are both the same word in a different way. And the best way of describing Andrew is when my friend Connor first met Andrew, he walked into our living room, turned off the light, and wore a glow-in-the-dark condom and says, "Do you think it glows?" So please welcome to the stage, Andrew Thomson.
That's a beautiful way to introduce me.
Hiya, mate.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm just, chilling in my monologue room, but it's a spare room. It's Cat's room. It's where Cat sleeps.
You're looking dapper.
Thank you. I thought I'd dress nice for the occasion.
Yeah, I dressed exactly the same way that I normally dress.
What a better way to dress, personally. I think that's the best way to dress. So, mate, how have you been? What have you been up to?
So overall, since the lockdown started, life's been pretty similar for me. I work for a building society, which is an essential service. So I'm still going to work each day to answer phones and help people out. But I've been coming home. I really miss going to the cinema.
Oh,
it's been like absolutely hellish, I know. But I've been playing a lot of COD, a lot of Magic the Gathering Arena, and spending a lot of time with my fiance.
Yes, I suppose you got engaged. I suppose we can say that to people. Andrew got engaged. So there for you, that's your clap. Claps for Andrew to Friday for getting engaged. I don't know why it's such an amazing thing, but people always do find it such an amazing thing. I did it too, but I don't talk about it. Don't like to. People say, "When's your wedding?" I say 5 years time. Matt says 4. Say, "When's your wedding?" 5 years time. He says 3. When's your wedding? I say 5. He says next week. So that's basically how our lives are going. I expected to get back from tour, find a limo outside, and go get in. Basically, we're recording the things. So, Andrew, what I'm here to talk to you about tonight is your music and the things that you've been doing in the world. Andrew, you've been part of so many different bands over the years. So many different ones that you tell us to get the merch, and then 5 months later, we're a different band. But it's great. I've listened to your new song. It's called Fair Weather. Let me just get it up for everybody. Let me see. Trying to get all this together isn't very easy all the time. There we go. This is Fair Weather by Andrew's new band, Northshore. You can all give it a listen on many different platforms, including Apple Music, which is where I found it best, because I do love a bit of Apple Music. Now, I wanted to start and ask you, what got you into music, mate?
So my dad was very, very into music. My mum is as well. My mum's very into musicals and pop. My dad is very into metal and classic rock. So in my family, we listen to absolutely everything. So a little bit of everything. From a very young age, I found punk and pop punk, so I started playing music in bands. But yeah, music's always been in my family. My middle name is Philip, after Phil Collins. So it's literally...
What a man.
Yeah, it's literally part of my life.
Well, that's very great. Now, I know that you have named all of your instruments.
I have, yes.
Are they in the room with you as we speak?
I've got some.
If you'd be able to show us and tell us the name of each of your instruments, because I think this is amazing.
This is Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. That is like my latest guitar. Over here is Lola, named after the song Lola, because she looks like a woman but talks like a man.
Fair.
She's very aggressive. I also have a banjo downstairs called Tallulah.
Oh, Tallulah.
A beautiful name.
I do love Tallulah. I remember you getting Tallulah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was let you finish.
Yeah, no, that's been very long time since I picked up my banjo, but I now play bass in Northshore, and I don't actually own a bass. That I have is Jealous, which is this beautiful thing here. So give myself a bass and then name it.
Nice bass. Get your proper bass in. If anyone wants to Venmo Andrew some bass money, that feel free. He will accept PayPal, and he will also accept subscriptions to his OnlyFans. I'm joking. So, Andrew, where can people find your new track? And can you tell us anything about it?
So we recorded it at the back end of 2019 down in just outside of Newcastle. It was a beautiful little studio. The name of the person who recorded it escapes me. I'm such a terrible person. But we recorded it over 2 days. It's written by Matty and Elliot in the band, and then we all kind of worked to make it a lot better. Then we released it about a month ago now. You can listen to it on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Music, all good streaming services.
Wow.
We've also got merch available as well. We've got an embroidered hoodie, which is the first time we've had anything embroidered. It's beautiful. And a t-shirt as well.
So you telling me you don't have a glow-in-the-dark condom with your face on it yet?
No, not yet. We're working on that.
I think that should be the next bit of merch. I'd buy it personally. Thank you very much to Kat, by the way, in the comments, who's been posting everybody's links to all this stuff. Thank you very much, Kat. Have you any advice for budding musicians out there who want to break into this sort of style?
Yeah, absolutely. Just don't do it for reasons of this is what I want to do when I grow up or anything like that. Just do it because you enjoy it. So I have a very weird history in terms of the performing arts and careers, which is why I now work at a bank instead of working as like an actor or a musician or anything like that.
You're awful.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I do music as a passion now, as more of a hobby, and I've never had more fun with it. I get to play on stage with my mates not right now, but in normal circumstances we get to play together. But it's the most liberating thing, and you have so much fun. We've played a couple of shows before the lockdown one with a band called Rome, which is a fantastic band, a beautiful band, such good lads as well.
Great. Now that brings us to my favorite part of this little segment of things, your challenge. Okay. Now, to start off, can I get you to sing a couple of lines of your new song, just so people have a bit of an interest in what they're getting into?
Yeah, I'll get my guitar. Bear with me. Oh. Let's see if I can. We are actually working on an acoustic version of this track, like a lockdown version that the rest of the band are trying to sort out. We're trying to figure out a way to record it all together. So we'll have that eventually.
Interesting.
Let me see if I can figure this out. Find your way to get through to me. The show we shake the decency, we'll watch the canvas clean. I know you're better than what you deserve, the ghost of all. I know from 2-3 years ago, this isn't healthy. Take some time to think how time has changed you.
Ooh, very nice. Now, You're going to do that again, but you're going to do a bit of a twist.
Okay.
You don't have to use your guitar for this part because it might not be as easy. What I want to do is, we're both going to do this, except I don't know the lyrics to your song, so I have a different one. What you're going to do is, you're going to fill your mouth with water.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to sing that again.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same thing after you're finished, and I'm going to sing a very special song dear to my heart, Happy Birthday, because it's the only thing I can think of. So I'm going to sing an amazing rendition, possibly, and you're going to sing an even better rendition of your song with water in your mouth. If you would like to fill your mouth with your water first, sir. I'm not going to say fill your mouth because somebody could take that out of context.
Yeah, I'll drink it out of a Infinity War glass.
Oh, I remember buying them off you in game. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it here. You get that little bit of water out, you just keep it at the bottom of your mouth and sing.
I will start again. That's very hard. Hang on.
Let's start again. Let's start again.
Whoa, whoa. How was that?
That was fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, I just realized I haven't brought a glass and didn't determine whether or not water would fall out my mouth. So this is going to go wrong. Almost time I look like I peed myself. Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
I might have a bit more water. Okay. I'm going to choke up again. Thank you very much, Archie, for being my second guest in episode 1. You've been a great helpmate. It's been fantastic having you on here.
Thank you so much. No, well done. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. Thanks for joining us, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Now, I'm still waiting for my third guest. Give me 2 seconds. They should be able to join in my little thing very soon, so I can have a nice little chat with them. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yes, Kat, that is only a sample of what you can gain on Andrew's OnlyFans. It does cost £10 a month, but the realistic thing you've got to ask yourself, guys, is Disney Plus is only $6.99, and is he better than Disney Plus? Probably. I'm not gonna lie, he might be. Might be very interesting. Now, oh, here she is. Fantastic. Now, our next guest is Megan Hearn. Megan is another girl from my university days. She has a hell of a voice, a great Britney Spears impression, and she's been making it way for herself as an Adele impersonator. Maybe not so much now, but she definitely was back then. So, can I please have you? Oh, let me do a thing. Pause. My phone's being annoying. Can't get technology right. Please welcome to the stage, Megan Hearn.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fantastic, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sat here in my room. I've been chatting to people. We've had a great time.
Yeah, I'm in the living room. I thought I'd go where I could find the best light.
That's fair. That's very fair.
That's
It's lovely. And I've got a ring light on here and a lovely big light over here from Matt's photography because I need light to make myself look good, or I just look like awful.
Exactly. It's all about the angles, isn't it? It's all about
It is. If it was me, you'd see this much of me, and that would be it.
Exactly.
That would be my perfect angle. So thank you very much for joining us. Say that again.
I said that was literally my thought when you asked me to do this. I was like, oh, good, yeah.
Can I do this off screen?
Yeah.
Get my best side. Get my best side.
No.
Thank you very much for joining. You look lovely, by the way. Loving the hair and the makeup. Thank you to all my guests, by the way. You're all looking gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Brilliant being bisexual because you can just be interested in all your guests. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I just decided that I sort of went through a phase where I was like, oh my God, I've got to be normal. And then I saw hair dye again, and I was like, absolutely not. No,
No, I'm
time.
not doing it.
Time. I'm never growing up.
Yes. So thank you for joining me. Now, same sort of question that Andrew had before. Can I ask you, what got you into music?
I mean, I kind of like agree with Andy a lot, because I was very much the same. No one ever sort of like went for it professionally or anything like that, but there's always been like this enjoyment of music. Like my mum would literally like put on people like Phil Collins. Actually grew up with him.
Love a bit of Phil Collins.
And Gabrielle, you know, Nina Simone and stuff like that. And she used to literally just stand in the living room and just be like, no, girls, close your eyes and feel
the music.
Feel the music. Yeah, she did that 20 years later and literally popped a hip out. So we don't do that anymore, do we?
You're like, hon, you feeling something? I'm not sure it's the music.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the dancing or whether it's dancing after a bottle of wine.
Do you know what? Either or, who knows? They're both options.
Yeah. But when I was like, my mum has a story that when I was about 3 years old, we were in Burger King when they used to talk with the mics to like read out the orders and stuff like that. And apparently I just picked it up and sang around like some random rendition of "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion. And at that point, I was home.
I used to love Titanic as a kid. I love that. Oh, fantastic! No, I think we should talk about the biggest news to rock Megan's world. There are other news that we've got to talk about later on, but the biggest news, guys, it's not the fact this woman won 15 Grammys. It's the fact Adele lost all that weight. How are you handling it as an Adele impressionist?
This to me right now. Oh.
I seen a video earlier on of somebody doing weights going like, I'm going to lose my job. This is it.
Yeah. I literally like I've been trying to healthily lose weight ever since uni, because although what we did at uni was extremely physically exerting, I mean I really loved Pi Day, so
God, Pi Day.
Yeah, and the stress of dissertations and stuff just wasn't it. But yeah, over the last couple of weeks, obviously everything's been coming out that she's lost all this weight, and then the photos came out, and wow, she looks incredible. But for people like me that are a tribute to her, that you know kind of always liked the fact that she was a bit
bigger woman,
thicker, it gave us an excuse to eat burgers after our shows, but now not so much.
No, they're going, I wish I was someone like you.
Yeah, I need to know what she did. But I suppose the one thing with Adele is everyone knows that she did it for her. She has 110% done it for herself, and not because it's what this industry, especially at the time, I mean, we're coming into a really alternative stage in the industry at the minute. I think there's not so much like a fine line that you have to fit into. You know, we're all getting accepted. They want modern day people. They want everyday working class people that can talk about mentality and things like that. So the fact that she didn't, you know, go into what she was told she should have done in that time is kind of beautiful, and I think that's what makes her a really respectable artist in the end.
Oh, that's sweet. But Adele, if you're watching this, she is available for any performances, and if you need anyone to set up for you, feel free to give her a call.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't make it,
I'll
do it. I don't mind.
You'll do it. She's
obviously,
the
I wear a wig now. There's a wig. I don't go. Obviously, Adele's never had any hair, but
have you got the wig with you?
I don't know. I actually
don't. We could have seen Megan in the way, but who's this woman? It's alright. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So coming away from your Adele impersonations and such, can we talk about you becoming an artist on your own right? Because you
of course we can.
Are releasing a new single. We
do, yeah. So I mean, this is kind of like the perfect time to sort of you know, say about it. I didn't write this song. It was written by a good friend of mine, Sam Craig, and he is an incredible writer.
This here is Megan's new single for everyone wanting to sing.
Perfect.
It is. That it is.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's such a surreal feeling. I'm sure Andrew's probably felt the same way. And I'm so glad that I've got a team behind me that's working with me to do it, because doing this on your own is so scary. You know,
it's terrifying.
It's terrifying. And you know, building up and promoting and building a following and things like that is one of the most scariest and you know, anxious things to do. I honestly can't. Trying to talk about yourself and promote yourself and, you know, say, hi, I'm Meg, this is why you should love this, come see this, please, you know.
Please, like me.
Yeah, exactly. If I could type like that, if I literally typed how I spoke, it'd be like, you know, it's that. Yeah.
I love it. No, I love it. You're being yourself.
Yeah, the song is fantastic. You know, it's literally like soulful lyrics meets you know, your new age sort of electronic dance synth music. And it's, you know, for me personally, it's mega about mental health. 100%. That's sort of like the way that we're going about this, but it's such a versatile song that there's going to be so many people that can look at it in a different way and you know, feel something good about it. And it's meant to be a powerful song. You know, we didn't want to write something that was dramatic and made people feel sad. We wanted people to feel empowered by it.
So can you sing us a couple of bars as a sneak peek?
Gosh. I don't know.
Can we have a sneak peek?
It's not, I mean, it's on a radio station tomorrow.
Well, that's an even more of a sneak peek reason. I can turn right and say I got the first bit.
Okay, well, it sort of goes, so every day I'm getting stronger. There's nothing in my way. I wish that we could be together. There's nothing left to say. That's all I'm going to give you.
That is beautiful. I love it. That's fantastic. And that's going to be a radio station tomorrow.
Yeah, that's sort of like the acoustic-y version. And there is going to be sort of like a piano version for those that do like more of the ballads coming out shortly after.
So guys, so you're aware, there's a piano version, acoustic version, a pop punk version, a synth version, and a classical version.
Yeah, whatever. And if there's any DJs out there, if there's anyone that wants to do a remix, go for it.
Feel free. Pay our royalties though. Pay our royalties.
Yeah.
So just to finish that up, your song's called Stronger, isn't it? Now, if I remember right, Stronger is another word that an artist used for a song. Her name is Britney Spears. You might have all heard of her before. And Meg, if I remember right, you can do a fantastic Britney Spears impression.
No.
Can you do a little bit of your Britney Spears impression?
I do this when I'm very drunk, and I think that's because that's the only reason why I feel like I can do it.
I finished it now.
Oh my God, you've really put me on the spot here now. Oh baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right there? I don't know what that face was. I did a face.
Do you know what the best thing is? Do you know what? Britney probably fits in more days than she did back then, because she shaved her head years ago and people are only doing it now. She was ahead of her time.
She's incredible. Do you know, every day I understand her more and more growing up.
Oh, absolutely. I get 2007 so much more.
Yeah.
Now, we've come to your challenge. I asked you to get a little thing for me. This thing included marshmallows. Have you got your bat? Yes. Well done. So, Meg, your challenge for this evening is one that we've all done when drunk, we've done sober, and it's just a bit of a laugh. We're going to do the Chubby Bunny Challenge.
Oh, I knew you were going to do this.
As soon as someone gets
around to me, I even bought a ball. I bought a ball.
I haven't brought a ball. I'm awful at this.
You are literally doing this to a fat girl that is trying her hardest to not be, and I'm going to have to like...
I'm trying to lose weight, so fair. And this is tight on my neck, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get through this.
It's okay. There's a reason why I grew these chins.
So, are we ready?
Right, so, okay, yeah. Are we just
We'll
going
go one by one.
Are we on a timer, or are we just doing it?
Oh, no, we're just seeing how many we can get in.
Oh, no.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
That was done.
Something funny. Oh wow, I'm so good. Something funny.
I think you win. How many did you get?
Oh no. 5.
5. Oh, I got 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I've won in celebration.
I feel like I definitely overcompensated. I'm gonna have to eat so many marshmallows.
Well, Lexie's got her food on the go, so I think you should have them marshmallows as your kind of thing for winning and doing well.
Yes, I'm gonna set a fire up somewhere and have some s'mores.
Oh, I would love a s'more. Well, thank you very much. Before you leave, can you tell us when your single will be out?
Okay, so there is a radio station. Tomorrow there's going to be a pre-released showing of it on Coast FM. I've shared the links everywhere on my main pages. And then the actual release date is on the 12th of June. And it will be on all of your main platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. If you're into TikTok at the minute, it's going on there as a sound.
Feel free to follow me. I'm on there too if you've enjoyed tonight's show.
100%. Please, use it. Come up with challenges, makeup challenges, sports challenges, anything you possibly can. Yeah, it will be there waiting for you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Meg. As always, you've been a great help.
Thank you for having me. Well done for doing this. Enjoy
No
it.
problem. Thank you for being that's the end of my show almost. So thank you, and I will see you later. Bye. Thank you very much, guys, to all 3 of my guests. You all did amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed the challenges. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you learned a lot. Just as a reminder, guys, that our first guest was Lexie Ward. She is part of Script in Hand with her co-creator, Meg Robinson. You can follow that on any type of podcasting platform. I almost had a stroke again and again. None of you saved me. Awful. Any type of podcasting platform. This is awful when somebody leaves. Any podcasting platform, feel free to search them up. I highly sure my partner in crime, Kat Sharples, has already put up at the side where you can find these. Please go through the comments, do it. Same with Andrew of Northshore and Meg with her new song, Stronger. It's goodbye from me. You've all been a massive help. Not even just a great help. You've been a massive help. For now, I'm off to get a flight to visit my parents and travel 260 miles because it's only a minor breach of lockdown.